Hello guys, welcome back to another video on FPL Bros. I'm FPL Rich and I'm here with MIGS, and today we're going to go over our wild card for game week 31, but first we're going to go over how we performed in game week 30. Okay, so first let's go over our game week 30 review. I landed on 44 points. I think it was 45 with everything said and done. But I did take a -4, and as you could tell, we didn't record last week, so we got some things to speak about in terms of our teams. So yeah, for this game week, -4, a bit of a red arrow. Of course, I sold Cole Palmer for Kluivert. Kluivert kind of ended up not starting, and now he's on a warning sign. So it kind of is said that he's probably not going to play this week as well. So a lot of these things have led up to, and we didn't wild card last week when a lot of people wild carded last week. Kind of saved it a bit for at least one more game week. Got a lot more processes as well. As you could see, Gabriel is on a red. He's probably out for the whole season. So there's some players to speak about. But overall, I still have Mikalinkovic. He scored 6 points. Gavardio scored 6 points, 2 clean sheets there. I did captain Salah over a lot of people's popular pick, Marmoush. Of course, I don't have Marmoush in my squad, so Salah seemed to be the best captain. He didn't score. He only scored 3 points with captaincy 6. Everyone else kind of scoring low points here. Bowen, Kluivert, and Bruno Fernandes and Eze. I did get an Eze this week, but he did not score any points. Moving on to my strikers, both of my strikers returned. Both Isaac and Evan Nilsson scored, but Isaac is on a yellow. Isaac is said to have a bit of a knock. Who knows if he's gonna start? Definitely gonna look into that in our wild card. So let's move on to Miggs's game week review.
Yeah, so now going on to my game week 30, I got 43 points still in the 2 millions. Just some players to note out here. Nottingham Forest, Matt Sells was able to get another clean sheet. Unfortunately, a little bit unlucky. Aina did go out with only 1 point, but Nori was able to also get a clean sheet, and I believe he got an assist. Also, my captaincy was on Salah, so 6 points, and then Isaac with a goal. But other than that, Mbuemo did come out of the bench with a goal, as Chris Wood did not play. But yeah, this is my game week 30 review.
Okay, so now moving on to our game week 31 transfer plan, starting off with me. As you can see, my wild card has been activated. I did end up going with a game week 31 wild card over a game week 30 just because I wanted to save some more time and just kind of see what kind of things were going to happen. So moving on to the first players on the list that I wanted to go for, my goalkeepers with Raya and Areola. I did replace Fabianski and Pickford for my 2 starting goalkeepers here. Moving on to my back 5, I did replace a lot of the players that I did have here. As you could see, Gabriel, of course, is said to be out for the whole season, so Saliba does come in and replace him. Kanza has a double game week. Munoz has 2 double game weeks here coming up, Gavardio and Byrne. Moving on to my midfield here, as you could see, I ended up with going with only kind of 2 premium midfielders here with Saka and Salah, of course, leaving out Palmer. This choice came down to just overall Saka has better fixtures, and also he has some double game. He has a double game week coming up, and when I plan to use my bench boost, is definitely I'm definitely going to need Saka in my squad. I did go with Jacob Murphy here. Jacob Murphy has scored in his last couple fixtures. Of course, Newcastle also have a double game week, and up against Leicester, Jacob Murphy is a very good pick. Savinho has made it in my team over Eze. I did get rid of Eze here. It was kind of tough here. Of course, I can only pick 3 Crystal Palace players, and I went with Sarr and Munoz and Mateta. So I wanted to also get my hands on 3 City players, and Savinho is definitely the best pick here. And as you can see, I do have Sarr. Moving on to my front 3, I do have Mateta, Isaac, and Marmoush. In terms of news on Isaac, he does have a bit of a knock. Whether or not he's going to play, it's a bit undetermined right now, but I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on that. But to be honest, if he is said that he's not going to play, I'm definitely still going to keep him because he does have double game weeks. So it doesn't really matter. I have a pretty strong bench. In terms of my plans moving forward for game week 33, this is how I plan to do. I'm planning on rolling game week, the transfers for game week 32, and therefore leaving me with two free transfers, which allows me to get rid of Isaac, and also allows me to get rid of Murphy for Rogers and Watkins, with them two having some double game weeks here. And this is where I also plan to play my bench boost. As you could see, my whole team is pretty much stacked up, with only Burn and Areola being the only ones with one fixture. Let's move on to my team selection for Game Week 31. So this is how I'm going to be lining up with for my team selection for Game Week 31. I'm going to be lining up with a 3-4-3. I will have 0.9 in the bank. I do have Raya starting as my starter goalkeeper against Everton. Saliba does make it in here. Saliba, Gavardio, and Burn do make it as my back three. My midfield four is Sar, Mohamed Salah, Saka, and Jacob Murphy. My captaincy is currently on Salah. As you could by the news, if Isaac is said to play, I'm definitely gonna stick my captaincy on Isaac up against that good Leicester away fixture. My front three is Marmoush, Isaac, and Mateta, and my bench is Areola, Savinho, Munoz, and Kanza.
Yeah, so now going on to my game week 31 transfer plan. I wasn't intending of doing a wild card, but just considering a lot of my players did get injured, I am going to be rolling with this transfer plan or this wild card. And yeah, just to start off in goal, I did end up switching Fabianski and Matt Sells for Areola and Raya. Um, Raya does have some really good, decent fixtures. I did end up getting some good return on investment with Matt Sells, as he was keeping a lot of good clean sheets. But like I said, Raya does have some good fixtures, and he will be having a double game week. So uh, going on to my defenders, I have Munoz, Guardiola, Ruben, Diaz, Burns, and Livermento. And then going on to my midfield, I have Saka, Rogers, Palmer, Salah, and Murphy. And then we have as strikers, we have Joao Pedro, Mateta, and Marmoush. We have triple Liverpool. We got two Crystal Palace players who gonna have two double game weeks, game week 32 and game week 33. And the reason I only got two was because I'm actually intending of using my coach next week on Glasner and my manager chip, and so that's why I only kept two players so I could be able to get him. And then I do have Rogers, who is also going to be double game weeking. Do have three City players. I do have Joao Pedro. He does have some decent fixtures as well. Uh, so I really like this squad. Might be possibly um, moving some chips around still, but I think this is probably going to be as close as possible with my wild card. Just a little something else to point out as well. I do still have Palmer, Saka, and Salah, and I'm hoping to get some good returns with these guys, considering one that Saka is returning and was able to get a goal, and Palmer, who does have some decent fixtures, I would say, especially this one against Brentford, and coming off of getting an assist last game week. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good returns with these three guys. And yeah, now let's go on to my team selection. So now going on to my team selection, I have a 3-4-3, and I do have Raya in goal. I have Munoz, Burn, and Guardiola. I have Saka, Palmer, Salah, Murphy, and strikers Mateta, Joao Pedro, and Marmoush. With on the bench, we have Rogers, Ruben Diaz, and Livramento. And yeah, I do have my captaincy on Mohamed Salah. I do like this game week, so hopefully we'll be able to get some good points. But just mainly trying to catch up, hopefully next week with some good points with a double game weeks coming up, and then we do have a blank. So, like I said, next week I am gonna be using my manager chip on Glasner. I do have enough money for him. I believe he's zero point 0.8 million, and I believe I have 0.9 million in the bank. But tell us what y'all think about our wild cards, and yeah, just make sure to leave a comment.
And that is all that we have for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys all next week for our Game Week 32 transfer plans.